So Watford scratched Liverpool good, and Arsenal fans are happy about it. Is that sad or is that funny?
I think it's depressing, but
Why?
I mean, they're cheering that they're still invincible.
And my biggest fear is they are going to get relegated.
What?
Are they?
No, no, they can't get relegated.
Because they are just eight and
You honestly think they're going to get relegated?
I can imagine because right now
Oh,
they have played.
I can imagine AFTV fucking blowing up.
They are all
Fucking Don Robbie be getting 1 million views on every video then.
they are blown up for without any reason. Even when they are winning, they are blown up. When they are losing, yeah, definitely they will get blown up. They will get their guys in.
I mean, they're 10 points off relegation.
And look at the position. They are gonna go below
They're
Everton.
closer to they're closer to the top four now.
I mean they have to travel away to play Manchester City, and they are just a point, not a point, a position above Everton on same points. So
Well, yeah, but the issue is their goal difference is Arsenal's is 3 and Everton's is -5.
and I think
So, yeah.
and don't you think?
Um,
Don't you wonder if they lose 8-0?
you just want to see Arsenal get relegated, don't you?
Honestly,
You
not.
just want to click on AFTV
Honestly,
at the
not.
start of next season and see them in Championship at fucking Portsmouth.
No, I would
Go
have.
Troops.
No, honestly,
Disappointing result today.
no. Honestly, I would have fancied that happening to Manchester City rather than Arsenal because of reasons. Because of reasons. Because
Oh.
of many reasons, which I don't want to mention right now.
I mean, if Arsenal had kept with Emery and Spurs had kept with Pochettino, I wouldn't be surprised if they were in a relegation battle. But yeah,
That's tricky.
I think where they are now is like 10th mid-table is where they're going to finish.
And they're
Um,
just 9 to 10 points away from relegation zone.
well,
So that is what scares me. That's what I'm scared
well,
about. I mean, even if you look at Aston Villa, if they win their next match, they will get 28 points and move to 14th.
I mean,
So right now
if you get
Arsenal have,
Arsenal, yeah.
yep, right now Arsenal have 37 points, and looking at the points table, 27, 37, 3 for bad games, and boom, you're out.
I mean, the next 4 fixtures in the league are West Ham, Brighton, Southampton, Norwich, which usually you'd say, okay, they're all pretty winnable games. Yeah, we'll pick up
Yep.
12 points, but problem is 2 of them are like a part of the relegation battle. One
Yep.
of them's a couple points behind them, and then another one's I'd say in a relegation battle, but I mean, let's be honest, Norwich are going down,
Yep.
so you know.
Yep. Norwich are definitely getting out.
But then, like, that's the period where they really need to win, get their points, because after that,
Hmm.
they've got Wolves, Leicester, Spurs, and Liverpool.
Yep. Plus, also,
So
you're referring
if
to
they come,
Aston Villa, right?
yeah. Then the final 2 games are Aston Villa, which, let's be honest, they'll be relegated by then. And then they got
Hmm.
Watford on the final day, which
Hmm.
Watford will survive. So, I mean, if you look at it, technically they've got 4 games in favour and then 4 going against them. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think they'll finish mid-table where they are now.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
I can't see them getting relegated, but my God, if they do, oh, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know how to react. If I'd be happy or sad.
I don't know, but you know what makes me say that? Because of their center back pairing. I can't trust them. I can't bet
I
my money
mean,
on
their
them.
backline is shit in general.
Yeah,
Let's just get that out of the way. I mean, obviously fucking Saka.
yeah.
What am I on about? Saka. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone has their own pronunciation, different name.
Saka,
I
yeah.
mean, he's yeah. Well, he's not even a proper left back. he's been filled in the left back position. He's done amazing,
I know, right? Yep.
but that's obviously nowhere near enough.
True.
Um,
Nowhere near the
yeah, I don't know about
levels.
Leno either. Like I'd keep Leno, but
Or will you bring Karius in for Leno if you had an option?
no, you'd bring in Lord Karius.
Yep. Because concussions can do you mistakes, but your you can't call your mistakes as concussions.
But the second goal against Olympiacos, was that even his fault? I don't think it
Second,
was.
it was his fault because he should have cleared it right away, but he was trying to show some skills like I can wiggle it like Manuel Neuer.
Well, no, because because he didn't go up and try and get the ball. He just stood back and he just
I
let him
think
watch it roll on the goal.
I think he fancied a movement to get into limelight and maybe replace Manuel Neuer in the German national team.
I don't know how Neuer starts over Ter Stegen. I really don't. But anyway,
Yeah,
save that conversation for another day.
hands over there. So his German future is already not looking too good. And for Arsenal, as for Arsenal, I think he has done similar mistake sometime back as well. So I don't know what to make up of their
I
goalkeeper.
mean, he's technically what, third choice after Ter Stegen and
Ter
Neuer,
Stegen, yeah, true.
and he's gonna have to like. Well, for starters, he's gonna have to go to a better club, and then two, he's gonna have to emulate an insane amount of form, not just over a short period of time, but obviously over a longer period of time. But I don't know.
Yeah, right. So enough of us Arsenal talk. Let's talk about the matches that happened on the weekend in the Premier League. Norwich winning against Leicester. That was a shocking result to me.
Uh, yeah, yeah, that wasn't the only shock of the weekend, but yeah, it was certainly a great way to
Only.
start.
Wait, hold up. That was the only shocking result. Nope, no way. You can't ignore Watford. How do you ignore Watford?
What you said? Watford were the favourites to be fucking Liverpool.
Nope, I didn't. I said Bournemouth will mess up with Chelsea, and they didn't.
Yeah, congratulations, you were correct. I just
and
can't fucking believe it.
and by the way, Marcos Alonso gets a praise. Wow.
Yeah, thanks for notifying me. Yeah, that fucking Pablo Escobar fraud.
Lol. And meanwhile,
What the?
Crystal Palace gets 3 points, and they are now at 36 at 12th position. Hmm,
Well, you
interesting.
know, the match day of the weekend was Newcastle and Burnley when they played out a nil, a goalless draw.
Yep.
Ugh, what the fuck?
What do we make of that? We can't make anything. There were like 7 yellow cards in that match. Goodness.
It's like old school v old school. It's just like
Just playing out the game. That's it.
well,
No, no
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. I mean, they'd get aroused by a clean sheet,
Yep.
you know, just like how Watford got a clean sheet in a 3-0 win over Liverpool. You know,
Yeah,
just
right.
spanked them.
That was out of nowhere. But I could see the signs. Like I was feeling from last 4 or 5 matches of Liverpool. I mean, they were not clicking in the right way. They were like disorganized. Their forwards not firing up. That is Mane and Salah. I mean, they were trying. I'm not saying they don't try, they don't work hard, but the up to their standards, they were not going over there.
Do you reckon? Do you like? What do you believe is the reason behind that?
Yeah, I saw the trends on Twitter about Lovren, and that was before the match. As soon as the lineups came out, there Lovren was trending over the Twitter. Yes, I will fucking let Liverpool lose the invincible tag.
Yeah, I think to be honest, the defeat was coming for Liverpool especially in the league for like
Yep.
the last, I'd probably say. I mean, there's been numerous occasions where they've escaped out of jail.
Yep.
And
Right.
you think, oh, you're very lucky to get the victory, and
Yep.
yeah, I think this was a long time coming, but
Yep. But
I mean,
I mean, going
it's one to yeah.
going 44 games unbeaten itself is the biggest thing to do. I mean,
What was 30?
Arsenal fans are rejoicing that. That's okay. Anyway, we were never going to take away your first time winning the Golden Premier League trophy title from you. But uh, whatever the case is, we were 44 games
Did you?
unbeaten, and we got the more points. By the way, Arsenal were 44 games unbeaten. Arsenal had 44 games unbeaten run, I guess, back in their that stint in 2000, from 2003 to 5, something like that. And they gained
Yeah.
121 points. Whereas in our 44 games, we gained 122 points. So technically, who is the winner?
Did you see when Arsenal put out a tweet that said "few," and then Nottingham Forest responded? They said, "How many European? It's like, have you got any European cups with that?"
You know the funny.
And then they put 2 stars.
You know the funniest thing. Arsenal fan was arguing, was debating with me about. All right, how does it feel? I just sent him the clip. In Madrid, we won it 6 times, and he went silent. And he went silent right away.
I mean, I was convinced that Liverpool were actually going to do it, but
Yep.
I mean, you're about to win the league. They're about to win the league, so
That's the biggest thing above every other record, that we are winning the league finally after 30 years.
well, yeah, because people don't. Yeah,
Yep.
because people remember what year they won the league, not how
Yep.
many points and goals they scored.
But people need something to pull your leg, so that's why they are rejoicing on that.
I won the league, yeah, but we won the league and we got over 100 points. Yeah, but we got over 100 goals. Yeah, but we got more clean sheets. Yeah, but we had less goals. Let's just shut the fuck up. You both won a Premier League title. Go home, be
Yep.
happy, and fucking do whatever you want.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
so in best English runs, there is a stat that came across on my screen. Liverpool on top, 44 matches played in the best English run. That is till they got beaten. 44 games played, points to 122. Second is Chelsea, 40 games played, and 106 points. So points per game is so going by points per game, Chelsea are second. First is Liverpool. Third is Arsenal with 49 games played, 121 points and 2.47 points per game. And fourth one is Leeds, who did it back in 1968, 1969. Fifth is Huddersfield, 2010, 2011. Oh my god, 43 games played, 93 points. I didn't do that. Oh, okay. And sixth is Nottingham Forest with 42 games, 84 points gained, and 2 points per game. And that's those are the stats from BBC Sport.
Yeah.
So going technically, Liverpool have had the best run in out of the English teams the in the league competition.
Yeah, but they can still hit 100 points. Easy.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Right now they have 28 games played.
I know they've got City to come.
79 points. 21 points to get. Can they get 7 wins? That's the question. Let's see. Anyway, moving on to other results. West Ham winning 3-1 against Southampton. That was surprising.
I mean, that's the game that they really needed to win because
Yep.
their running is absolutely brutal. Like, I'm actually genuinely concerned for them.
Yep.
That's not even funny. Like, they've got Arsenal, Wolves, Spurs, Chelsea, their next 4.
I remember now.
And then after Chelsea they've got Newcastle, Burnley, Norwich, Watford, and they finish the season with United and Aston Villa.
So technically they are favorites to get relegated before Norwich City.
I mean, they've got a decent squad to finish. I don't know. I've always seen West Ham as like a mid-table team, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I
pretty.
expect them to
Yeah,
be somewhere between 10 to 14, somewhere like that. But
well, yeah, and it's the same with Watford.
this is horrible.
So, yeah, I mean, for both clubs, it's like a shock to see them. I mean, both of them are out of the
I
bottom
mean,
three, but
I'm
they're
more
far from safe.
right now. I'm more worried about Watford, to be honest, because
Watford,
they just lost Gerard Deulofeu in the last game, and he's out 4 months. He got a
uh,
knee injury. I
no,
think
I'm more worried for West Ham, to be honest. I think after that win over Liverpool, I think Watford will
you know why I'm not
pick
worried.
up some momentum.
Why I'm not worried for West Ham, because they have already lost it. They're going. They're going out.
Oh, that would be meltdown if West Ham went out. Jeez.
And I guess that's why their fans are holding all those protests around the stadium in their every match, because things are not going in the direction they
I
wanted.
mean, Watford's next for Crystal Palace, Leicester, Burnley, and Southampton. So
I remember West Ham were a
yeah.
good team back in 2015-16 under Slaven. What was his name? Slaven Bilic.
Yeah.
Under Bilic. So I don't know what happened over here in this season. Maybe it has
Well, I mean,
something to do with Pellegrini.
Well, Pellegrini did get sacked, but I mean,
Yep, maybe he was responsible for all that thing. As technically, I mean, I don't see him as a great manager. I mean, even you can, or I can. No, that's too much to say. I mean, even Big Sam can win the league title with Manchester City, right? If you give him those kind of
I don't know.
players.
Uh,
I mean,
Big Sam winning the Premier League.
with Manchester City. Yeah.
Imagine Steve Bruce winning it.
Let me dream.
Uh,
Let me dream. Let me dream so big.
oh, jeez.
Okay, what do you what do
He doesn't like sparkling water either. You should have seen in the press conference. He opens a bottle, he pours it, here's a sparkling water, and he asks for another one. He goes, no, give me the bottle of water.
By the way, do you know he's the only manager to have 100% winning record with England?
Wait, what?
Yep, he played 2-3 games as a manager for England. I mean, he had 2-3 games for England as a manager, and he won all the three.
So he's the only manager to have a 100% win
Win.
record with England.
Yep. So why not? So why not him winning the league?
What the fuck?
That's my point.
Oh, he's the fucking goat then, at that rate. Jeez, what's the other thing? Get him out. Put Steve Bruce in charge.
You know,
He'll get the golden generation out of retirement.
right. And by the way, do you know who I'm more worried about other than teams?
No
Mr.
clue, could be anyone.
Mr. Special One, Jose Mourinho.
Oh. Oh, it's been a shit 10 days for him, hasn't it?
Because Spurs lost 2-3.
Yeah. He said it was unfair that they lost to Wolves. I was like, well,
What?
because Wolves are a good team and yours isn't.
Yeah, because Wolves won 2 points above them. That's why that was unfair, right?
I don't know. I mean, Spurs are.
And Wolves can still make in top four. They are just 3 points behind Chelsea. What do you make of that?
I mean, it's top five now.
Yep.
Well, for now, obviously.
Yeah, top five, sure.
But
I mean, there's too much What? Wait. Even Sheffield can go at fifth now if they win.
Yeah, their makeup game's Villa.
Yep, 27 games, 40 points, 43 can put them
It's pretty
into
insane.
fifth. That's insane. I'm worried. Will Chelsea or United drop out of fourth and fifth, and those places will be taken by Wolves and Sheffield. That's an interesting development if that
Well,
that happens. Yep.
I mean, I don't know if you can bring Leicester into it because I mean, they've won one of their last 5 games.
Yep.
So
Form wise, they aren't
and
doing well,
yeah, well, they'll finish third. Yeah,
but still,
they're kind of isolated because they're 7 points behind City, which
yep.
City will finish second, and then they're 5 points clear of Chelsea, but Chelsea have no sign, like have no intentions of catching them. The form that they're going because they've also won one in their last 5.
True.
But yeah, but I mean, no one expected Leicester to storm into the top 4. And, you know,
Yep.
I mean, at one point they were second, so
Yep.
still, I mean, it's been an amazing season for Rodgers and
And
the
they,
Foxes. But
and there's a
uh,
weird stat that Jamie Vardy hasn't scored in last 7 games or something.
yeah, well,
So they have their issues, but I don't think they will go out from the third. They will slip up from the third position. I'm
no,
more concerned about Chelsea and United doing that because Chelsea's form hasn't been that good as well lately.
oh, it's been shit.
I mean,
It's been shit.
what was their last match in Champions League? Yeah, now I remember. No, let's not talk
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. They
Forget it.
got fucking destroyed 3-0 by Bayern.
And that too at
Yeah.
home. That was worrying sign, to be honest.
I mean, it's more of a reality check than a warning sign because the warning signs started to come during the Christmas period. Because let's be real,
Mm.
Chelsea, given the circumstances, are overachieving. I mean, they're
Mm.
doing amazing considering the circumstances. Like they're in the top 4,
Yeah,
they're still there.
and I
Um,
can
and
solely
at one
to
and at one
yeah.
point, yeah, and at one point they were 9 points ahead
Mm.
of United in fifth spot.
Yep.
And you thought, wow, okay, the youths. I mean, obviously it's going to take time and for their project and whatnot, but
Mm.
I think Bayern was a reality check because it's really men v boys. Like Bayern are champions.
True. True.
Chelsea are like a new team coming through. So
Yep.
they're different levels. But
And also
if it,
they are missing
yeah.
key players like Pulisic, and someone else is
Oh
also
yeah,
injured,
and
I guess.
obviously Kante
Yep. Kante. Yeah. Right.
and Tammy Abraham's injured again. So
True. There are major misses.
you
That's
know,
why I think that's the reason why they have been so bad lately. Else I
well,
don't.
it's also because they didn't sign anyone in January.
Yep.
I mean, they
But
signed Ziyech last month, but that's for next season.
yep. But
But
even if you ignore all those factors, losing those 3 4 players that would hit you hard.
well, yeah, I mean, when you've got a Chelsea side that has the likes of
Uh,
Ross Barkley
and
and
also
Michy
despite
Batshuayi, it's
mm,
not really saying much.
yep, and also despite all that, they are still in top four. So that's makes it fine thing to achieve. But
It is, but I mean, they
but
should have.
all depends
Bournemouth was the
where.
fixture they should have
Yep.
won.
But all depends on
Because
where they are heading in the next 10 games.
well, their next fixture is at home in the league anyway. Is at home against Everton, so
Mm, that's
that
critical.
will surely be a test. But they do have Liverpool
Mm.
midweek in the FA Cup, so
And since Everton drew 1-1 against Manchester United, so it could be a tricky one.
De Gea. Oh,
What
I'm starting to feel so sorry for him.
what did he do?
Did you see the mistake he made?
Nope. That's why I'm asking.
You need to watch it right now. Just watch it right now. I want to hear your reaction. I'm
All
sure the
right.
audience wants to hear, the fans want to hear your reaction live.
All right. Sure. Let me see.
Poor bastard.
I'm
Also, a
just
very nice goal from Bruno Fernandes, who was United's player of the
yeah.
month for February. So, well deserved there. But
Yeah. I've been hearing good things about him.
yeah.
And you're referring to Dale messing up in the first goal they scored, right? That is Everton.
Yeah, this was Everton's goal.
Okay, let me
So
just move into
if you see
highlights.
De Gea, if you see, you'll see in a minute what he does.
Yep, just checking it out. Here goes Tom Davis, and here is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer shouting. The so glorious moment is about to be here. 2 minutes 34 seconds, and he's there on the ball, and he, lol, what, what, what the hell? What the hell is
Oh
that?
no!
Is he playing FIFA? Is he actually playing
Oh,
FIFA?
that bastard! And then right at
Is
you
that
should
a
see
joke?
the VAR. If you go right to the end, there's a VAR incident where United scored an own goal, but then VAR ruled it offside.
Okay,
And they
towards the
said Richarlison.
and like 70 minutes or something.
Wait, the VAR or Bruno's goal?
Okay. Here we go. Here's the weird moment. So Everton scored the second goal and they are celebrating. And now here's the
Like,
here's the referee messing up with what?
just don't understand.
What? That was goal.
I know.
How is that
What the
offside?
fuck?
What? He didn't even touch the ball. Or did he? What? He didn't even
Yeah,
touch.
my point exactly.
How is that offside? What? Are they mad?
I don't
What?
fucking know.
Even fans are fuming at that. What is that? That was a goal. What's wrong
Yeah,
with this VR shit?
I don't know. Classic VAR strikes again.
Damn it. I feel bad for Everton. Like they feel bad for themselves for over so many years. Okay, let's not
Yeah,
get into that because we haven't been good as well since so many years, 30 years. Nice.
yeah.
Anyway, that was the wrap up of our Premier League games this weekend. Of course, two games didn't happen due to the FA EFL Cup final, which is won by Manchester City for 3 years in succession, and their second side to do that first of not the second side. Pep Guardiola is the second manager to. Oh wait, I'm messing it up. Their second time to win it 3 times in a row, and I think first side was Chelsea or something. You remember?
For
To win it 4 times.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Okay, I'm messing it up. I saw some information and I'm messing it up. Never mind. Let's move on to next league, and and that is La Liga.
La Liga. La Liga. I don't know, I'm just singing now. Yeah. I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
So
I really don't sometimes.
it's good.
La Liga. Oof.
La Liga.
That's it's turning out to be a bit of a spicy competition we have on our hands here.
Spicy but similar as it happens every year. Two sides fighting it for the title.
Oh yeah, best league in the world. Oh yeah, how many people fight for the league every year? Oh, two. Oh,
Yep.
same as last year. Yeah. Year
Yep.
before that. Yeah. Okay.
No, you can't call them. No, you can't make fun of La Liga being not the best league in the world. Why?
Oh,
Because
oh, oh, because that's. Oh no, sorry, I can't do that. That's right. Yep. That's very bad of me.
going by that logic, there's one team winning Premier League. There's one team competing for the title, and that too by 19
Is there?
points. That too by 19 points difference. So that does that.
I mean, to Liverpool fans, that's like 9 points. So technically, it's still on.
Lol. So does that make Premier League equal to League One?
Um, I mean, yeah, this season you could, yeah.
Yeah, going by logics. Okay, back back to
Some
the
great logic there, man.
right. Going to the results in La Liga. Sociedad won 1-0 and they are right now at sixth position. Okay, fair one. Eibar Eibar won it 3-0 against Levante and they are in the mid of table somewhere. Yep, 16th and somewhere like that. As I can see, 16th and 11th. Okay, Valencia
Yeah, they're in a bit of a relegation battle.
Valencia are at 7th after winning 2-1 against Real Betis, and Leganes drew against uh, Alves, Deportivo Alves, and they are at 13th. And Leganes, where are you? Okay, Leganes are going for relegation, 20 points. Also
Yeah,
moving ahead.
Barcelona stole their striker. What a meme.
Lol. Also, Granada drew against Celta Vigo 0-0, so they are also somewhere at 9th, and other side Celta Vigo is at where are you? What? 17th, somewhere around, lingering around the relegation zone at 17th position. And so, okay, Athletic Bilbao won 1-0 against Villarreal, who are at 8th, and Atletico Bilbao are at 10th. Now, moving on to other results, Espanyol drew with Atletico Madrid, which is a strange one since Atletico Madrid showed some signs of form in their UCL game and a game after that they played. And Getafe winning 1-0 against Mallorca. That's another result. Now coming on to the major result, which was the El Clasico.
Mm.
Fantastic work from you would say Vinicius Junior or what, or Tony Cruz.
I mean, firstly, before I talk about Clasico, just quickly, in terms of Atletico's result, they're inconsistent, so they can either come out and play amazing one game or shit another. And then in terms of Getafe, who have done amazing this season, they also did knock out Ajax to round of 16 Europa League. So, and they're leading the way for the top, like, UCL places. Oh, no, they're not. My bad. They're sitting fourth. Severe third. Interesting. But yeah, still Getafe doing amazing. Doesn't
Yep,
look right with them in the top four, but
true.
yeah. To a Clasico, what I want to know is why the fuck did PK allow Vinicius Junior that much space to run in the box?
And what I'm worried about is how did Messi didn't convert that 1v1 chance against Courtois? How on earth that happened?
Well, yeah, so did
And
Arthur. I'm pretty sure Arthur had a
also yep,
Arturo. Arthur had a
exactly.
similar chance as well.
Exactly, I
Yeah,
was coming to that. He had a
yeah.
easy chance to square it. Not square it, I mean to open the score for Barca in the first half. I mean they've played first half brilliantly. I saw the match. They had better chances than Real Madrid had in the first half. By
Well,
the
it was
yeah,
yeah, yeah. It was pretty much it was a tale of two halves. So
exactly.
obviously Barca was the first half, and then Madrid was the second half, and
True.
Madrid,
And attacking
yeah,
the end,
they converted their chances into
yep.
goals, whereas Barca just really, but like Madrid weren't they weren't bad even in the first half, even though Barca were better. But in the second half, Barca just went to shit.
And despite not having the players like Bale playing in the match, Eden Hazard playing for them, and one more player I think they have injury is Jovic. They did fairly well. I mean, I didn't expect them to be doing 2-0 or something like that, but that's
Yeah,
tremendous. That's a great result for them.
yeah. Well, yeah. I think I tipped Barca to win, but you know,
Yeah, going by the lineup, they look like a better side to get 3 points so in that match at Santiago Bernabeu. But
yeah, that's the thing.
yeah, it happened.
But
Often it goes
because
against. Yep.
because obviously Madrid at the Bernabeu hasn't been the best this season, but
True. And also, if you look
yeah,
at the past 4 or 5 Clásicos, Barca has won them all. that as the
Mm.
stress cell. So
Well, yeah, you remember last season when that Lopate, oh fuck, I can't say his fucking name. That
Lopi.
Lopate motherfucker. When Barca pumped them 5-1.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was his final game before they sacked him.
Yep.
It's like,
True. I remember. I remember.
But then again, Madrid last season was horrendous. So yeah, they've improved this season, and now they sit on top by a point.
Yep.
But
Which only makes it interesting for the two teams, and rest of them can do whatever they want.
yeah, well, I mean, the top four race for like LaLiga is actually pretty intense as well. So
True. This time for two three teams, it is intense. Like for Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, Valencia, and Villarreal. For rest, it doesn't even matter.
well, yeah, you've got Sevilla,
Yeah.
you've got Sevilla and Getafe,
Yep.
and then you've got Atletico, Real Sociedad, Valencia right
Mm,
behind them.
right.
Yeah, so
So that sums up for the La Liga. Now moving on to the fourth for to the third league, which saw 15 and around 21 goals in the 4 games. That's unexpected in Serie to happen, but Lazio winning it
mhm,
2-0, Napoli winning it 2-1, Atlanta scoring 7 goals against Lecce's 2, and Roma winning it 4-3 against Cagliari.
yeah,
Cagliari.
um,
Cagliari. All right.
yeah. So pretty much, Lazio sit on top for the first time in a decade.
Oh,
Uh,
wait,
mind
what?
you, yeah,
For
because
yeah.
obviously Juventus and Inter was postponed, obviously because of the coronavirus outbreak in Italy.
Mm,
Um, so yeah, Lazio sit on top of the league for the first time in a decade. They didn't play. They were actually pretty average against Bologna, and Bologna had 2 disallowed goals. So
yep.
a bit fortunate to win there, but nonetheless, they've done amazing this season.
Mm.
Um, yeah, Atalanta winning 7-2. That's the third time this season that they've scored 7 goals.
What? Okay, that's something interesting to hear. And
It's
and they
it's
they've
pretty
scored
like it's pretty insane.
the most goals in the league, 70. 70.
I'm pretty damn sure they've scored the most goals
Yep,
in out of everyone in Europe.
yep. Oh,
It's insane.
wait a second, let me check. Yep, it
I
looks.
think so.
Yep. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Bayern are doing them with 1 goal, 71.
Oh right, fine.
But
Okay.
I think they will catch up to us as the season goes. They can go on
Probably.
to, yeah, they can top up the most goals scored. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And they were up 2-0 like over Lecce, and then Lecce came back, and and then
Yep.
they just went on a rampage. Zapata grabbed a hat trick, obviously.
Yeah,
Um,
Zapata,
and
who
then
was previously at AC Milan, right? I think he was at AC
I
Milan.
think so. Yeah,
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Zapata and who's the
Yeah.
other guy?
And then
Ilicic.
obviously Napoli and
Ilicic just scored one
Roma
goal.
won in
Okay.
thrillers.
Yep. So they're Android at the end. So Atlanta won 7-2. And Roma doing it 4-3. That was an interesting match.
Yeah, it was. But
Also, Joao Pedro missed the penalty. And okay, later on he scored. So that's
yeah.
that.
So
Yep. That's
yeah, he missed the penalty and then he heads it in.
Yep. That makes no difference.
Oh really? You might as well just let him score.
But the result makes a difference for Roma, who are now stretching their margin by 6 points to Napoli, who are right now at sixth. And even though Lazio are sitting at the top, Juventus can still overtake them if they win their next match, and they will be up by a point. Meanwhile, it's interesting for Inter, who are right now at 54 points with 24 games, so 2 games are still to be played, and they can move on to 60, so they can still try for the title, but you don't know how things are gonna go. There's still like 14 games to be played for them, So let's see how things go on in the Serie. So these were just the four fixtures that happened over the weekend in Serie. Now moving on to our last point of discussion, which is Bundesliga. Here, something interesting happened. Bayern fans were doing bad display, some display of wrong panels against the opposition they were facing, against the owner of the opposition they were facing. So the match had to be stopped, and the players in that match had to pass ball amongst themselves for 10 minutes or something to show they are that they don't support that kind of behavior from the fans. And for as for the results, they are
Yeah,
pretty much so.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
The banner was the banner was calling the Hoffenheim owner a son of a bitch
Hmm.
because the match was suspended for like 20 minutes.
Yep. And then they come onto the pitch and they pass the ball amongst themselves.
Yeah,
I mean, more so what
the
was.
Bayern fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Bayern fans went over to plead their fans to take it down.
Yep.
Um, and then both sets of players they were taken off the pitch on the 70th minute, and the game was suspended for 20 minutes
Yep.
while
Right.
they tried to remove it. Um,
So did they
yeah, because they refused to take it down.
Yep.
So
So
yeah,
they had to do that, to tell them that that's not how you do. You can't you can't use that platform to do such things. I
well
mean,
you
I mean,
yeah, yeah, you can't. And obviously, like you said, when they came back on, they just passed the ball around. I mean, at that point, the game was over. Bayern were up had won 6-0. So,
yep.
but yeah, I think unfortunately that stupid incident by those fans just
I,
made the
I
game irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if the home fans are doing it against their own club. I mean, but if you are an opponent, if you're an opposition fan and you're doing that going into the stadium of another team, that somehow doesn't make sense, right?
I mean, even like, and obviously they set off a whole bunch of flares, but even if it was against your own club, it's still a pretty disgusting act
True, I know.
because
But
you know
if things go like
it's
out of hand, like owners are doing bullshit, then you have the right to do that. In those cases, in extreme
oh no
cases,
no no
that is.
like yeah well obviously if you've got an owner that's been a complete asshole whatever
Yep.
like Sunderland's
Yep.
how they were protesting that's fine, but
True.
I mean if it's over like one small decision, for example, if it's over
Hmm.
buying a player or raising like altering changing ticket prices or something,
True.
like you don't do that. Like there's obviously a reason why they've done it, and everyone makes mistakes,
Right.
you know including hierarchy of clubs, which but I don't know, it's just not the place for it.
Right.
It's like
Exactly.
like racism.
True.
But yeah. Anyway.
You can say that.
Oh, and actually, in speaking of Bayern fans, I don't know if you saw last week the UCL game before Chelsea. They stormed the gate and
Hmm.
they were literally fighting police officers, and numerous people got arrested even before the game had begun.
Yep.
So
That's bad behavior. You don't have to
yeah,
do such things. Yep.
so it's not a good look on the club. But anyway,
Yep. It doesn't look good at the name of your club. So I think it's fair for the players. I mean, for the Bayern players to be doing that. That was a fair move. Anyway, and that match, even though it earned them 3 points and kept them on the top of the league, it also sent a message across the fans to stop doing all those kind of bullshit in between the games. Now moving on
yeah,
to other results. Düsseldorf to treaty with Hertha, and Düsseldorf is at 16th position, fighting for relegation. So you never know where are they going to head. They are just 4 points behind Mainz, who are at 15, and Hertha is at also 6 points above them. So anything that can happen over there to fight for
yeah.
relegation. And going for the Mainz game, Mainz won 2-0 against Paderborn, and Mainz are right now at, where are they? Where are they? They are 15th. Okay, so they are also fighting for relegation. Meanwhile, Mönchengladbach won 3-2 against Augsburg, so they're at 46 points, but they can move to 49th and maybe to second or third place somewhere around that. And Dortmund winning 1-0 still keeps them in top 3, but they can slip up depending on how do they perform in their next matches. FC Cologne won 3-0 against Schalke, which keeps them at 11th, and Schalke are at 6th right now, so they can miss out on Europa League next season as it looks like, because they are right now 8 points behind 5th place by Leverkusen. And as for Berlin, 2-2 against Wolfsburg, so Wolfsburg and Berlin are right, they're around at 7th and 10th position. And for Leipzig, who could have won the match and would have still kept pressure on Bayern München, had a 1-1 draw with Leverkusen, so that doesn't help them as it stands right now to be fighting for the to be keeping pressure on Bayern München for the league title win. But let's
Well,
see.
I mean, there's still pressure. They're only 3 points off Bayern, but
Yep. I mean,
Bayern,
there's a
Bayern,
little.
Bayern used to that situation, those
Yeah,
situations. So,
true. I
but I
mean,
mean, it's still not done. I mean, Leipzig, Dortmund, and Gladbach are in it.
yep.
Gladbach have a game in hand, so
Mhm. I mean, it
yeah,
reminds me of last season as well. I mean, Dortmund were sitting on top with so many points, and suddenly,
yeah, and they just threw it away.
yep, tables turned, and they were now they didn't get the title, and they are still fighting for it. And
Yeah.
as it stands for Bayern, they keep on winning, winning, winning. You can't stop them.
Well, Gladbach and Dortmund actually play each other on the next match day, so
True.
that's going to be interesting.
But what are your
Bayern got
Mhm.
sorry.
but what are your bets about Bundesliga? I mean, who do you see can be going on to win the title?
Um, it's got to be between Bayern and Leipzig.
Mhm.
Um, it's got to be one of those two. Dortmund after last season,
And
I just don't see them. Yeah.
any chance with Mönchengladbach?
Um,
Can they surprise them all?
I'm not sure. I mean, they were on top
Mm.
for like the first quarter of the season. They do have a game in hand, so it depends. I mean, as it stands, it's between those four to win the title. But for
Mhm.
me, I believe it'll be Bayern or Leipzig. But I
Yep.
mean, football's a funny game. Anything can happen, and stranger things have happened. So
And I don't know why I'm imagining it like that, but I see Leipzig just similar to Manchester City, like what they did back in that 2001, 2011, sorry, that Aguero moment. What if that happens with Leipzig?
maybe. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But
Yeah. So anyway, that's it for our this feature of the podcast where we discussed about all the four leagues, what all happened on the weekend in those leagues. So hope you like it. If you like it, then do hit that like button on the video to help us grow, to support us. Do hit that subscribe button as well, and we will keep catching you soon with more such podcasts. So this was me, Miranic, and joining me was Vystra. So that's a sign off
hey,
from
you got
us.
it right. Well done on the pronunciation.
Yep.